Cool, recording. Okay. Ready up?
I am.
Cool. Let's go. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. G'day guys, what do you do? It's your boy Andy RW back at it again with another show. Let's get it. Let's go. So today guys, we've got a special guest. Our special guest has been able to, she's managed to run as a student councillor while being a student at the University of San Carlos, joined a transgender beauty contest and won 3 times, and was able to support and is still currently supporting her mom and taking care of her mom as well. Born in Lugayat, Misamis Oriental, Mindanao, marketing director. Let's all welcome Maki Gingoyon.
Howdy, everyone. Round of applause.
Yay! Yeah, round of applause. How are you, Maki?
I'm great. It's my first time to do this podcast thing, and I have been really thinking of doing my own podcast.
Yes.
But it's such a blessing, should I say?
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
Honestly, it goes both ways. Like it's really amazing to have you as a guest.
Thank you.
It was funny because I ran into you like I think 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was
when
awesome.
You were about to record for
podcast with Nate that time.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, Nate.
And look at you now. Now you're in the podcast.
I know. This is so exciting.
Awesome. Dang. So, especially for all the listeners out there, just give us a quick rundown of what you do now and what you're busy with.
Well, first and foremost, thanks, Drew, for that very kind introduction. I'm co-founded and co-created a dating site for transgender women and also the marketing director of the site.
Wow.
Lo and behold, it's mytranssexualdate.com.
Damn, mytranssexualdate.com. You guys should check it out.
Indeed. So
It's
if
awesome.
you're a trans-oriented man, well, as of the moment, we're only catering it to men who are attracted to trans women. So if you're attracted to trans women and wanting to date, so please do check that out, mytranssexualdate.com.
Nice. That's
And
awesome.
we have been running for 6 years, and
Wow.
that's what I'm doing.
Dang, 6 years in the running.
Yes.
That's awesome. And how's everything going? Like, in which stage are you guys in right now?
I'm excited to share that we are in the stage of creating our own mobile application. After 6 years, finally, we're working
That's
on
amazing.
it. Yes, and also we are in the process of hiring more transgender women to be on our team.
Wow, damn.
So that's where we are. And hopefully we'll be able to create contents like podcasts perhaps, or
for sure.
videos in the future.
Because honestly, that's why I truly believe like any kind of contest is basically good content. Because at least you're putting something out there into the world, especially something positive, something that's just really good.
That's true.
It's
Speaking
just
of
really
positive, our site goes with the motto #Love Knows No Gender. So there you go. That's a positive
awesome.
thing.
Wow, dang, this is amazing.
Yes.
Hey, so just to start it off now, I really want to delve into the history, like how you got into all of this, how you got to where you're at right now. So walk us through how Maki was as a kid.
Maki was a kid. Well, if you all know, I was born male, assigned male at birth. I did not live my authentic life when I was a kid.
Right.
But the beauty in there is that I've learned to know myself.
Yes.
So I've realized that I was different. Lucky enough that I have a loving family, an accepting family. I know
awesome.
they don't want me to be the gay boy that they see because there was no transgender term at that time.
True.
They were being protective of wanting me or preventing me to be more girlish, to be more soft. But I understand now that I am 30 years old, I can actually understand their point of view, and that is only, or their goal, and that was only to protect me.
True.
But I know that I was different. I have a loving family. I have an accepting family. I am lucky enough and grateful that I don't have an abusive environment, because a lot of transgender people and the rest of the LGBTIQ community are quite unfortunate.
Yeah. I hear a lot of stories, and it's just very unfortunate.
To the point of becoming homeless. So I'm grateful for that. I live with my mom.
Nice.
My mom is there's a different term for that. Differently abled.
Right.
So since birth, she has this undeveloped foot, and I'm so proud of her because she brought me up.
Yeah, she was able to raise a successful adult. That's awesome.
I'm very happy and I'm very proud with the help of her family as well.
Yes.
And my mom is a single mother, single parent, so that makes me feel more even proud of her.
Yeah. It honestly, like, being a single parent and being able to stand as two people within just the one person, it's truly a test of courage, and it's a testament of bravery and strength.
I believe so too. I remember those days when she used to get to accept laundry just for us to have some food, or for me to have some money for the projects in school.
Damn.
That's really amazing, to the point of she owned her a sari-sari store. That's very common here in the Philippines, right?
That's a huge step, though, honestly.
But she didn't stop doing laundry.
Wow.
So that's pretty amazing.
Dang, that's amazing.
And she's using her hands to do those jeans and different kinds of clothes.
Yeah, because it's very thick, especially some of the jeans that are out there that are super thick. It's really hard to just wash it and just brush it out.
And we don't have a washing machine at that time, so.
Yeah.
So from my point of view, when I was still young, it gives me so much courage and inspiration to be the best of I can be, because I actually saw my mom doing the best of her capacity to raise me. And so fast forward to high school, I become more aware of who I am.
Right.
Although from the very beginning, I already knew.
At what age did you sort of like have sort of thoughts like, am I who I am? Like, am I being honest to myself? Like, at what age did you roughly like?
Thanks, Drew, for bringing that up, because a lot of people are actually confused of transgender women, that that one day we woke up and then we wanted to become a woman.
It doesn't become instant, right?
No, not at all. I knew that I was different at 6. I knew that
6 years old?
Yes.
Dang, awareness came to you really early.
Yes.
That's amazing.
I want to wear skirt. I want to wear so you have this preschool at that time, and I am a little bit jealous of the girls wearing their dresses. And I'm like, that's not fair, and I'm wearing shorts. But then I don't have any clue. Well, who else have clue at 6, right?
Because it's very interesting, especially with the norm, like pink is for girls, blue is for guys, and it's like, well,
indeed,
it doesn't really dictate, like the color does not dictate the gender.
No.
But it's just more of a preference. Like, some guys like pink, some girls like blue, and
very true.
Yeah, so it's very interesting with the norm that there's that stigma that's attached to it. So skirts are for, like, I know Scottish people that wear skirts.
Indeed,
that's quite manly.
Indeed.
But then at the same time, it really depends on the full preference. Like, if you really see who you see yourself.
Very true. But at that time, I was just so jealous, and I know that I wanted to wear pencil skirts with a t-shirt.
And it was all your preference. Like, it wasn't like a identity at that point in time.
No,
right?
no.
It was just more of, I like this and I don't like this. That kind
exactly.
Of wow,
and more so, I kind of have this mindset that I was born a boy, so I have to act like a boy.
Right.
But then I have to suppress those wants and imaginary wishes that I have to become the girl that I am.
Could we run down like the definition? Because I'm super interested now. Like, especially here with Philippines, because there's that stigma of masculinity, like you need to be this, that.
Right.
And then for guys, right? What was the standard that was sort of imprinted to you that you needed to be like? What was the mold that they molded you into, and they tried to put you into that sort of box?
More. Well, I grew up in a family where there's a lot of boys.
How many boys in the family?
I have 6 uncles.
Oh wow!
And
Yeah.
majority of my cousins are male.
What about siblings? How many?
I'm the only child.
The only kid. Oh wow!
So I'm the
Damn.
only kid, and
But then uncles and the cousins.
uncles and cousins. So
it plays
they
a
don't
huge part.
actually persuade and force me to do things that I don't like, but they
Wow.
tend to try to pull me to things that they like, because that's what's the definition of being a boy.
Yes.
So for example, I need to play basketball.
Okay.
I don't like
True.
basketball.
True.
So they try to invite me to do boxing.
Oh wow! Boxing.
How do you do that? I mean, how do you call that when you do
Sparring.
sparring?
Yeah.
Sparring with my other cousins.
Oh god.
But the only
Dang.
thing that I did at that time was actually bicycle. Yay!
Oh, still,
Yeah.
bicycle is really good.
But it's funny because I did also shatong.
Shatong, yes.
I did also,
That's
how do you
awesome.
call that? Bola bola thing.
I don't know. In my place, I think we call it inday. Or
I'm not so sure how do they call it in Cebu, but yeah.
They called it something. It's like a dodgeball kind of thing.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, quite similar to that.
And what else? But deep inside, I always wanted to play Chinese garter back in school.
Damn.
I like to play those. How do you call that?
Jackstones?
Jackstones too,
Yes.
but I don't have access to it because again
Yeah.
we have male. I am in a male environment. What is that thing? You know that rubber, like small rubbers,
Like on the finger?
like yeah. Well, sort of a Chinese garter, but we call it lastico.
Yeah, elastico, yeah.
Know
Rubber
that?
bands, rubber
Rubber
bands,
bands,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I love that.
Wow. Like for dampa?
Yeah.
That's
For
awesome.
Dumpa. But then my cousins were telling me at that time that that's for gay people,
Really?
that's for girls.
Really?
And I'm like, fine.
Dang, that's crazy. Wow.
So yeah.
I would never think that, because I know quite a few guys that would still play Chinese garter. It got quite competitive.
Not in my
That's
not in my
interesting.
environment.
That's
I
interesting.
have to
Because I think
hide.
there was indeed that stigma, but then it was also known that guys could also do something that was quite similar to, for girls that could do it well, and then they would be amazed because guys can jump higher. And it's like,
No
wow.
way.
Yeah, yes way. And that's why I'm surprised, like, damn, that's a different environment. Like, Dampa wasn't considered for guys or girls. It was, not for just girls, but it was for everyone.
It was more of a. It was defined in our family that it's sort of a girl thing because again,
Really?
we do basketball, they do boxing,
Damn.
so that's the kind of thing that they.
Do you think
like.
that was also like another sort of environmental thing that really pushed you to even like it more? Like
No, I don't think so.
that was definitely just innate within you, right?
Yes.
But then it was kind of you kind of starved out of it because you couldn't, like, you even longed it even more, right? Was it that kind of thing?
I don't
would you
think
say?
so.
It was definitely just within.
It was just totally different. Like it was just me.
Damn.
And more so, my mother was even protective about me because she doesn't want me to go out because I might be bitten by mosquitoes.
Oh, she was really protective.
She was very protective. I feel like a princess at that time. That's also one of the things that I am so lucky about. Like,
Yeah, especially being the only child.
yes.
Damn, that's awesome.
And also, my uncles used to tell me not to be super soft
True.
because I have this soft side of like calling my mom nanay, nanay. So those kind of the way I speak, they try to
Change it.
they try to get my attention. or call my attention. And so
It's interesting.
that's the only thing I know. Nothing abusive, nothing.
That's awesome. They weren't also like direct, like, hey, you should stop that. Not like nothing.
Not
like
at that time.
Wow.
Not at that time, because I was really trying to control my emotions and becoming the girl that I am. Not until high school, but high school, I have this gender identity, gender identity.
That's when it all really came. Like,
Yes.
Sort of just. What was the trigger that really got everything, like that aha moment? What was your moment there?
That happens in college, because in high school I really don't want to dress up like a woman, because I don't want to be queer, and I don't want to get bullied, and I don't want to be I'm sorry if I have to say this, but before they have this notion that gay guys will end up going to parlor, just cutting hair, which there's really nothing wrong about it, but you know, it's just I don't know how society back then defines that. I think it's a little bit derogatory for them.
Very, very, because it's kind of just like putting it that you're just going to be there.
Yes,
they're not going to be able to go up.
Right.
You know.
So I try to be gay by definition.
Right.
Gay guy by definition. Like I'm becoming loud and becoming more.
But it wasn't really you as not you were, because I know that quite a few gays are flamboyant. Quite a few gays are also sort of kept to themselves. Some are also just sort of 50-50 in between, like, you know. At
that time I was still having a hard time accepting of who I was.
What was your gender like identity during high school? Like, what did you see yourself as, the gay loud person?
It's funny because I can't identify myself as male. I can only identify myself as gay. Because gay guys actually gender identify themselves as male. But their sexual orientation is gay.
True.
So
very interesting.
So here I'm going to insert SOG, because that's like sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression. So I wasn't really defining myself as male, and the only thing I know is that I am gay guy. I am more loud, but I still have the thick eyebrows. I still have the masculine face. I still have to wear the male uniform,
the pants,
obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Shout out to my university teachers at University of Cebu, high school teachers. Probably they'll be able to hear this. UC, yes. And so it wasn't really me. I was struggling at that moment, and that was the time that they were actually trying to question if I'm really gay. But I couldn't really answer that, because the word gay doesn't fit me. It just doesn't.
It wasn't enough.
It wasn't.
It was kind of like, but
there's something more to that. Exactly.
That's interesting. Wow.
And now here comes college. I tried to really understand who I am, and was really trying to look for answers of me trying to fit in the society, but I just couldn't. So I studied psychology, and so that's where I came across first time the word transgender, and it was defined by my professor, and I was like, that is me. That is the aha moment for me.
Wow. Psychology. Yeah, it definitely opens up great doors.
Yes.
Honestly, wow.
So that was the time where so first year in my college I met a lot of trans women, and then I came across with people who have already transitioned, and that's where my story of being a trans woman begins. Like
that was when the yearning even like just fully came about. Wow, that's amazing. Because this is very interesting. Like, as a kid, you sort of started out like having this kind of a clue that you were like in a different place. Like, I know myself, but then there's no box that fits me.
Exactly.
And then when you came into like high school, it was even like, okay, that still doesn't fit me. Like, they place you in a box, but it's the box that's like, but still this still doesn't fit me even more.
That's very true.
And that's very interesting, because now you got to college, and psychology honestly opens a lot of doors, because one of the beauty with psychology is you get to see the world in a different perspective, right?
Yes. And
it really opens up your mind to this notion of there's like I think the norm is really defined within psychology, and it's very interesting because that's where they kind of like, no, you need to fit within the social norm, and then now you're outside the social, you kind of have like a macro view of like, oh, okay, this is how society works, and it's like, this is where I fit.
Sociology explains that too.
Yes, because I think the beauty of sociology is it's definitely the macro of everything, right? But the psychology really goes in deeper, and
exactly
you get this because I could fully relate in a sense that I took psychology as well in college, and that's where like an aha moment as well, especially with the norm that that society places on you. But then it's the beauty of psychology is you get to see this inner self within you.
Yes.
And you get an inner, like, it's this term called ikigai. Have you heard of ikigai?
No.
It's like a reason for being.
Yes, actually that's what I was looking for when I was in high school.
Wow.
And then also I was looking forward if I could understand how people perceived me if I'm going to study psychology, like their behavior, their understanding.
Yes.
Like I was so eager to learn about that, but it was just really a blessing that during our social psychology class, the word transgender came in.
Wow. And that changed your world.
And that changed the world and made me feel like that is me.
That's the full you. Oh shoot, that's the full you right there.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
I'm always happy and really thank you for bringing that up. I'm always excited to share that to everyone.
That's awesome.
That kind of journey.
Yeah, because honestly, like the beauty with your journey now is you've been through the ups and downs, and you've been through all the intricacies, and now you can actually share your story to hopefully, I don't know, like the way I see it, it's like you being able to advise your younger self.
Yes.
Like, hey, this is what I could do for people that weren't so lucky enough that had like the steps that I got, and especially even more like being the ate or the kuya that for your younger self, like, hey, things will be okay, like, you know, just wait till college.
That's true.
And it's like it's very amazing because I know that a lot of people struggle with identity, and it's such a huge issue right now.
It's funny because I never rushed things actually when I was a kid,
And I think that's the beauty of it.
That's
the beauty.
I didn't question even myself, like, when will this end? Because I was just completely living in the moment.
Nice.
And also I was living by the definition of the society at that time.
You
because
found a
I
way
have
to
no
adapt.
clue. Yes, I was just completely adopting. Like,
Sure.
perhaps it's a bad thing because I think this is where we can say knowledge is a bliss. I think.
Like ignorance is bliss, and
yeah.
And to be honest, like the way I see it, it could be a bad thing or it could also be a good thing, because the way I see it is adaptability is honestly one skill that a lot of people need to learn. Like, for example, being able to adapt but without losing yourself.
That's true.
Huge.
Yes.
Because I think that the way I saw how you kind of like molded yourself into, you adapted, but you didn't lose yourself because you knew yourself, but you just knew how to operate within the society.
That's so nice.
It's very interesting because now, sort of just looking in retrospect to everything that you've sort of talked about right now, it's very interesting because you were able to just really function well within the society. Like, you were a gear, but you knew that you were more than just a gear.
That's true.
Right?
Perhaps that's also my way of defense mechanism to survive.
Yeah, survival.
I mean, survival
at its finest.
And I think what motivates me the most is that I don't want to. I was trying to defy what they were trying to tell me, that I will only be up until here if you will become like this person.
True.
So I was kind of trying not to prove to them, but also proving to myself that I can be better of what they're telling me.
Hey, the sweetest revenge is basically just being able to prove something that they said that you can't do.
Indeed, indeed. And so when I was in high school, you were asking me, when I was in college, I was not able to finish it, so I have to find a way because I don't want to be the person that they're trying to define me, right? So I started working.
Yes.
Started working at the call center, and that was really a big thing at that time. I'm quite lucky.
At what age did you start working at the call center?
18.
Wow, dang.
So I really have to finish my second year college.
Yes.
And so that I can apply for a call center job.
True.
Because that was the prerequisite. And so you were asking me earlier if there were some things where they have to stop me from becoming who I am. This happens when I started transitioning. Because they already saw me turning to become a butterfly, to pluck my eyebrows, growing my hair, wearing dresses, like step by step. And wearing underwear, brasher.
Because it wasn't the norm.
It wasn't.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the things that they were so afraid of, that I will come into that point, and now it came.
Yes.
So a couple of my uncles actually telling me not to do that, not to do this, but then there was one point that I was not able to control myself, and I told them, well, at least I am earning something.
Oh, damn. True. Hey, it's a valid point though, honestly.
And I'm like, at least I'm earning something, and I'm not trying to ask from you just to do this.
Yeah, because I think that's the bigger issue. It's not identity or anything. It's not the aesthetic look or anything. But it's definitely the mindset. Because I think this is just me speaking sort of like on a different perspective of someone who didn't grow up in Philippines and coming back here. Definitely different perspective on the people, especially the mindset of people here, because they think that they could just get away with just asking money and sort of relying on people, when
Sadly.
in fact you could actually do it for yourself.
Right.
Like, instead of begging, you could learn how to fish, and definitely gets you more fish.
That's very true. Like I'm living in a very typical Filipino neighborhood, and I can actually hear my neighbors saying that I am lucky, I am rich,
That's
I'm like
crazy.
And they to the point that they actually tell me that I am how do you call that? How do you say hayahay in English?
Yeah, hi. Like well off, or like
Not even well off. Sort of you have a good life.
like suerte, like you're
Not
lucky,
even like
not
you're
knowing
you're living a life, something like this.
Yeah, that's quite a tricky term.
But then I'm just telling them that I'm not hayahay. I'm just working my ass off.
Yeah.
Like, well, you're the one who's actually living the life, because you're having coffee at 9 a.m. I still haven't had my coffee.
Like, honestly, I truly agree with that one. Like, being a bum and not doing anything, that's hayahay right
Exactly.
there. But then working, I think that's the funny thing, especially with people who really work hard. 90% doesn't get seen. It's all under the covers, right?
Right.
But then the funny thing is, they only see that 10% when you're like living the life, or like you're doing this and you're doing all the fun things, and it's like, oh man, if you were in my shoes for like one day, I'm not too sure if you could survive.
It's
right?
funny because even getting a grab at my place seems to be so luxurious to them.
Really? What?
I'm like, I can understand, but you have internet, and you can actually look it up.
And honestly, it's just more convenient at this point in time.
Exactly.
Right?
But they find it so luxurious. But I can understand where they're coming from. I can also understand that I can understand how it can be a luxury, actually, because I also take jeepney from time to time, and I could actually feel the struggle of the Filipinos. I'm like, gee.
But then the interesting there is, it's all about perspective. Like, there's a photo that circulates around Facebook that, for example, the pedestrian is jealous of the guy on the bike because he's got a bike. But then the guy on the bike is jealous of the guy on the motorbike because he's got a motorbike. And the motorbike is jealous of the guy who's got a car. And the car is jealous of the guy who's got a sports car.
Indeed.
And the sports guy is jealous of the guy who's got like a plane.
Right.
And then the plane is jealous of the guy who's got a helicopter. And it's like, it's that vicious cycle. And then the guy in the helicopter at the very end is jealous of the guy
with a bicycle.
No, just standing on the pedestrian. Yeah. Because man, that guy, he's just free, like he's high.
That's
I
true.
want to have that life. And it's a funny cycle when everyone is jealous of each other,
That's true.
but no one gets to enjoy what they have. Because I think gratitude it's honestly an attitude. The attitude of gratitude is definitely something that people need to learn.
That's true. Especially that Christmas is coming soon.
Yeah.
So we really have to be
Right.
grateful. I think that's also one of the things that I have learned all throughout.
Sure.
I mean, I still have a long way to go for
Yes.
sure, but from the past experience and the struggles that I have, I'm still thankful that I have those family and friends who are accepting, not abusive. I have the opportunity to study.
Yes. For
So-
sure. You weren't looked down on. At the same time, I think the way I even sort of hear from your story is you're grateful to the ups and the downs.
Exactly.
Right? Because it makes you who you are today.
That's very
right?
true. That's very true. Like, I mean, talking about perspective, I think that was the whole perspective that I have. Like,
Yes.
I know who I am, and you were really right about that. And I was smiling the whole time, and I didn't really know that I knew who I was.
Yes.
I wasn't losing
Because
everything.
honestly, like the whole time, it was really cool how you were just consistent. Like, you had this solid identity of who you were, but you just like you were able to put on this guise, but then you didn't lose yourself. Because a lot of people lose themselves
Yes.
when they put on like a different disguise or like a facade.
That's
right?
true. I think that's one of the struggles that actually a lot of trans women
Yes.
are going through.
Yeah.
They are not that strong enough because also society dictates them that they need to be something that they are not.
They get shunned, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They
And
got shunned.
I think it's that need for acceptance that is so toxic in a sense that you lose yourself.
Especially
when-
accepting who you are.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the most important thing.
Very hard.
And it's a difficult road to take.
Yeah, but honestly, people like you are out there being able to share this story, and I think it's a testament that you can, like, people can do it.
Indeed.
And
indeed.
I think it's just that will to, like, having that strong will to just be able to, get through the storm, because there's a lot of storm in our lives. I think that's the funny thing with life.
That's
There's
true.
it's always it's a wheel. Like, you go up, there's ups and there's
Right.
downs, but then at the end of the day, there will always be something good that happens.
And I
It's-
think that's also one of the things why I am such a big fighter of being a trans advocate, because I know my story very well.
True.
I have also experienced the things that people trans women mostly
Yes.
experience.
Mm.
I also have this eyes to see the needs of others, because I have also been in need.
Yeah, for sure.
And-
And I think, like, one of the greatest things that you've also done is you broke the mold. Like, you broke the mold of having this, oh no, you're just going to be in this box. You're just going to be at the parlor. No. You became
That's
a
very
marketing
true.
director.
That's true.
And this is one of the interesting things, like, in the tech world, having a website for you guys, that's amazing. That's really amazing here in Philippines, and being able to run that for 6 years, that's a testament of success, right? Like, being able to
True.
just mend the storm and being able to, because honestly, a lot of tech companies, they close after the second year, but you guys were able to last for 6 years,
That's really.
and you guys are transitioning into an app.
I'm really
That's
happy
amazing.
that you brought that up, because I really haven't backtracked of
Yeah.
where we have came from, and I'm so happy to have this talk actually, because it made me
That's
realize like, wow, we've been running for 6 years, and
Yeah.
that's true. And I didn't know that a lot of tech companies, startups, actually closes after 2
I think
years.
80 to 90% actually close after 2 years, because they just understand that, oh, there's a lot of work that goes into it.
Now I understand why, when I had a talk here at the company, shout out
Yes.
to the company, by the way.
Yeah, the company.
There were a lot of from the audience were in awe
Yes.
when I told them that we have been running for 6 years.
Yeah, it's huge.
I think that's the reason, because
Yeah.
a lot of
That's it.
startup companies. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Because
sorry.
you guys
Like,
would have started in 2013.
13.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Actually, the site was built ready to go 2012.
Wow,
but
that's-
then we had a beta 2013.
Right.
And then we made it public June of 2016.
Wow.
2013.
2013. Wow, it's mid 20. That's crazy.
Yes.
Because honestly, yeah, that right there is a testament of will that for you guys to have been able to run that, and now you're even transitioning into a new investment for an app.
Yes.
Even crazier.
So we're very excited about that.
And that's the beauty of it, because you guys took baby steps. You guys really, like, yeah, I think that's it. Like, you guys broke the mold that transgender women could
Right.
actually make a difference, and it's not just parlor. Hey, it's a tech company.
It's a tech
that's
company.
a website right there.
And shout out to my partner, Cyril Mazur, who is the owner and the founder,
Wow.
the co-founder of the site as well.
Wow.
He's a cisgender man, meaning he was born male,
Mhm.
identify himself as male,
Mhm.
and he's attracted to trans women. He's attracted to both trans women and women.
Wow.
And we were lovers before.
Ah.
Now we have decided to take the separate, take our separate ways. But then
Sure.
we're still working together. So shout out to this guy, because he really has the vision of creating a decent dating site.
Wow.
And I was apprehensive when he told me that we're going to do that, because
Sure.
the whole dating site thing was just really crazy. So this wouldn't really be happening or realized without Cyril Mazur.
Wow. Shout out to Cyril.
Yes.
That's awesome. Hang on, I'll just pause for a second. I'll just reset it. So, apologies on the delay there, guys. But hey, the first sponsor for today is the company. So, are you looking for an office space, clients, or fast internet? The collaborative, creative, and entrepreneurial atmosphere at the company is perfect for you. With over 10 branches scattered all over the world in countries such as Japan, Hawaii, Singapore, Bangkok, and of course, Philippines. 2 branches here in Cebu, namely IT Park and Mandawi. Members get to enjoy multi-location access for no added fees, with options such as co-working spaces, fully furnished offices and event spaces, along with meeting rooms that can be rented out daily, weekly, or monthly. The amenities are endless. They serve unlimited coffee, tea, or water, with fiber internet and regular community events that you can be a part of. For more details, you can visit their website at thecompany.ph or visit Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at thecompany Cebu. Also, if you use my code NDRW, you can get 5% off your booking fee. Come and visit the company today, located on the 15th floor HM Tower, IT Park. That code again, NDRW. Cool? We're back again here with Maki, of course.
Thank you. Thanks,
And-
the company.
Yes, thank you so much, the company. And yeah, it definitely is amazing that the company gave you guys a platform that you guys were able to speak and share your story about,
That's true.
transgender. Like with your site, like having that tech company, it's definitely amazing that you guys were able to sustain and run it through for 6 years, and yeah, even longer, I'd say. in the
To
next
be
few
honest,
years.
I'm quite proud when you actually said that, because I never thought that. Well, I have been slacking off for the first 2 years, I have to admit.
Sure,
That's
sure.
why I have to give a shout out to Cyril Mazur
Sure,
for
sure.
being so patient with all these
That's
things
awesome.
that I have to learn. Because can you imagine coming from a call center and jumping into the tech world? That's
Yeah.
just one of a jump.
It's very different.
And I have no clue. I just thought that
crazy.
I'm going to post everything on social media, but that's not just.
No, yeah.
Right?
It's very interesting, because I know a lot of the times it seems easy,
Mhm.
but then when you get into the nitty gritty of everything, it's like, oh, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it.
That's where I am right now. When
True.
I have learned more about digital marketing and learned more about social media platforms,
Yes.
it makes me think like, oh my gosh, I have a real job.
Yeah. And
I'm
it's,
not just posting on Facebook.
yeah, it's an amazing job. Like having being the marketing coordinator. Like walk us through your usual day.
My usual day is I run in the morning. I try
Wow.
to. I
Nice.
did run at 5 a.m. today.
Nice.
Get my coffee at 10,
Nice.
and then come to the company.
Nice.
So we basically can work anywhere we want, because we're
Nice.
working online.
Yes. Exactly.
So, but to give you an example of how my day
Yes.
everywhere is basically get my coffee, do my emails.
Yeah. What's your go-to coffee place?
Go to a coffee place. Oh, lucky them. Coffee Bean.
Shout out to Coffee Bean. Nice.
And but I always make my own coffee just for today. It's a little bit expensive when you go to the coffee shop every day, right?
Yeah.
So shout out to, oh geez, I'm so sorry, I forgot their name, but it's a local brand of beans, and they have beans from Kalinga, they have beans from Benguet,
Damn.
they have beans from Sagada. So I really try to incorporate in my daily life to support locals.
Nice. That's awesome.
So that's the story of my coffee. Anyway, going back to my routine, I do my emails, I do my private messages. One thing that I am so proud about the site is we try to make sure that we create a community instead of just a typical dating site. So we welcome them. I'm the one who's going to welcome the man.
Wow.
And it's Cyril who's going to welcome the ladies.
Nice.
So we have these this automated messages that welcomes them, and then if they're going to reply, we're going to reply them manually.
Wow.
So
Dang.
there's really a touch of authenticity and a personal touch,
it's
like a human
different.
touch rather.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what I do.
Nice.
Aside from that, I go to checking the work of our people.
Nice.
Because we have 6 moderators trying to run through the profiles and their work and checking the system if there is something wrong with the profiles.
Right. How many visits, like daily visits, you usually get?
I think that's...
Or like monthly? Any stats that you could help us?
Let's see what's the stats now.
Ooh, dang. This is amazing because honestly, like, that's one of the things that really got me interested with, I think, Tinder. Because Tinder is very interesting in a sense that they reshaped the date, like how we kind of see dating in that sense. But then one of the beauty of what you guys bring to the table is really cater to that niche that really needs to be helped with, you know?
That's very true. Knowing that there is a very bad reputation with transgender dating sites.
Exactly.
To those people who are unaware, transgender dating sites mostly are catered to sexualizing, fetishizing trans women.
Yes.
You will be allured to finding love, finding relationship, but then the whole platform is driven to making trans women as a mode of commodity and sexually objectifying them.
Yeah.
Which is really, really sad, and that's what we are hoping to change here. Changing the stigma, changing the perception of people when you date trans women, because if trans women get stigmatized, men who are attracted to trans women get a double stigmatization.
For sure. And I think it's a vicious cycle that you guys are trying to just make it normal. Like, no, this is just normal. Like, you guys are I think that's a crazy thing, because a lot of misconstrusions there is that they think that you guys are something different, but when in fact, no, you guys are trying to just sort of be within each other and find love. And
that's true. I think what we're trying to do here is normalize that there are trans men, there are men who are attracted to trans women, so keep calm.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I can understand. I have been also into the dating world.
Yes.
And I am actually seeing someone right now, but before that, I am actually in the dating world. I've been into Tinder, and I can actually understand that there are actually men who are not attracted to trans women. It gets frustrating, but then there are also men who are attracted to trans women. There are men who are actually attracted to bigger boobs. There are men who are attracted to voluptuous women. So, I mean,
I think to each their own, honestly.
Exactly.
Right?
So, the normalization of dating trans women, I think, is a need, it's a must nowadays. And creating this platform, an online platform where you could actually talk to real people.
Yeah.
Because there are also a lot of catfishing going on in the dating and the online dating world. And maintaining a quality, decent dating site is just a must.
Yeah, for sure.
And I believe it worked out. We've been running for 6 years.
Yeah, exactly. And that's definitely a testament of success right there.
It's funny because I'm still looking for the visits. Oh, there you go.
Nice.
We have, as of January 2019, we have 780,000 registered users.
Wow, 780,000. That's a lot.
And we have 500 new daily signups. That's both men and women.
Wow. And this is all over the world, right?
This is all over the world.
Wow.
We are being translated to 9 languages.
Wow.
As of February 2015.
What languages are these?
We have Dutch, Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese,
Wow.
Thai.
Ah.
This is Chinese.
Wow. Mandarin Chinese, right?
Yes,
Wow,
I believe so too.
That's really cool.
It is cool, although there is still challenges that needs to be,
For sure.
to be taken care of.
And I truly believe like there's no one perfect product.
No.
And I think that's the beauty of it because every product can be put out there as long as the company really supports it and the company sort of maintains it and makes it better.
Right.
Gradually. I think that's the beauty of improvement because you guys can really get too close to perfection, but being able to just cater to the needs and then being able to just suffice for what the needs for a lot of people would sort of look for.
Which is a little bit difficult when it comes to dating, actually, because you need to deal with real people.
Exactly. That's the tricky thing there, right?
And the platform that we have, we don't have this sort of, not yet, as of the moment, we don't have this system where the matching algorithm.
Yes.
Because it's just a plain platform. We try to make it more a regular dating, only that it's done online.
Right.
So you really have to browse the profiles, you have to check their profiles, you have to read their information, what's written in their profile, and see if that's what you're looking for.
And then they can match from there.
And then they can actually message, and then they can actually add them to the favorites. And once men decided to message a couple of girls, then that's the time that they're going to upgrade to a premium membership. And that's where the conversation begins. So it's more like of a typical dating, actually, only that it's done online. A lot of people will actually be inquiring, why do they have to pay? Well, the only thing that I can actually say the only thing I can answer to that is, don't men pay for dates?
Yeah, exactly.
For dinner?
They buy dinner first.
Right. So instead of buying one dinner for a girl, then perhaps you can buy a premium membership on our site and talk to a couple of girls and see who's the best.
Yeah, true.
It's part of the dating.
How much is a premium membership? Just so that listeners would know.
$30.
$30
a month.
That's how much here? Is that like
1,500? 1,500?
Not bad. Okay. At least they get unlimited,
messages, and they can actually have the beauty of it is that we make sure that it is for dating.
True.
So what we do is when you purchase a monthly premium, and then your premium membership expires, you can still continuously message or chat those people that you have chatted with,
right? Okay.
So that you won't lose any connection.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is really nice. Which is really a good platform for
that way. It doesn't sort of cut you off. Like, okay, you can't talk now.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
That's awesome.
So it would be a nice opportunity for people out there who really are seriously looking for love and relationship, because we can't deny that there are also those people who are just trying to test the water.
Yeah, and a lot of people are lonely as well. Like, they just need someone to accompany them, someone to talk to.
That's true.
Yeah.
So that's the whole beauty of the site.
That's
also
awesome.
We'd like to let everyone know that we're very lucky that we got media coverage from datingnews.com, datingadvice.com.
Wow.
We got featured at Refinery 29. It's a New York-based magazine.
Wow, even better. Damn.
Also,
That's
we
awesome.
managed to be featured on BBC World Radio.
Wow, BBC World Radio. That's
Yes.
amazing.
And the first media coverage we had was back in 2013, and that was Rappler.
Wow, Rappler even.
Yes,
wow.
Rappler Philippines.
That's when you guys opened, right?
That was, well, the story behind it. I joined a beauty contest in Manila. It's a nationwide contest. It was televised. It was in Itbulaga.
Oh.
So I joined Super Serena back in 2013, and then they heard my story, and so they want us to be featured on Rappler. So that's where it goes. So I want to go back to Manila so I get features again.
Yes. Hey, especially with the app coming, who knows?
Indeed.
That could be an opportunity to actually put it out there.
That's true.
True. That's awesome. Cool. So now, sorry, we're just going to be able to
wrap things up.
Yeah, we're just going to wrap things up now. But honestly, I really enjoyed having this chat with you, being able to venture into the origin story. Maybe you could have this talk again, but we're going to do part 2.
Yes,
I've got
absolutely.
another segment that I usually put in, which is more of a digital snapshot of where you're at right now.
Okay.
But hopefully we'll be able to schedule another time.
I'd love to be back, and I'm so happy, Drew, that you actually invited me over here, because I think a lot of people needs to understand about transgender women and the LGBTIQ community, and it's good to know. Well, it doesn't really need a lot of work for the tech industry to understand these things.
Yes.
Because you can easily research online, and the tech people usually do this and are very well aware.
Yeah.
But
well
for
read.
your audience, I'm really happy that you invited me here and showing us what we've got.
It's honestly amazing that you would be, a role model for a lot of transgender women who are seeking for answers out there, and also I think role model for the LGBT community, because honestly, having gotten to where you're at right now is a testament of your adaptability, your courage, and your just that strength and will to really pursue what you want for yourself. And honestly, that's amazing, not just for the LGBT community, but for humans in general. I'd say for Filipinos.
Thank you. That's very sweet of you. And also, this is really a great venue if you're going to look at it. Drew is a straight man, and we're actually collaborating.
Yeah,
so I think we can always live harmoniously.
Yes, and I don't know. The way I see things is, it's not in the identity. Like gender is just this extra layer that goes on top. But
that's true.
The main thing there is it's all about attitude. Like the thing that attracts me to a lot of people is the energy and the attitude.
True.
I think that's it. Like I'm just after, like I'm all about the hustle and the grind.
Exactly.
And I'm just after that for example, if you're pursuing something, anything that gets there, hey, if people have got that same energy, why not? Like,
Amen.
Let's collaborate and sort of help out each other.
Amen.
Yeah?
Amen to that.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Cool. So throw out anything that's coming up for you, please. Like anything that's upcoming with you, anything that you'd like to invite people, please invite people out there. Any event that you guys have upcoming in the near future or anything like that?
Just wait and be patient for our mobile application.
Which
it's
one?
coming soon.
iOS or Android?
Both. We're
Ooh,
trying to make
amazing.
iOS and Android. Hopefully it's going to be released late next year.
Wow. Excited for that. That's
what
awesome.
else? Hopefully, shout out to everyone out there who would like to cover us more.
Yeah, for sure. Any media outlets, please do.
Any media outlets who would like to talk about this amazing story of transgender dating, because I think it's still a taboo up until now, and in fact, especially here in the Philippines, that there, and this is one thing that I would like also to shout out, just also an ending message, that a lot of people think that trans women date foreigners because they are looking for sponsorship, they're looking for financial assistance, but actually that is not true, because I am so proud. We review profiles of men and women in our side, and we are so proud that there are so many working girls in our side, working as a supervisor, as a manager, a nurse,
they can
in
look
the health
after
industry.
themselves.
Exactly. I'm talking about independent trans women. So I just wanted to tell everyone that the notion of having a foreign boyfriend is not, and this actually goes to everyone.
For sure.
Even Filipino women actually have hesitations of dating foreigners. I mean, I'm not trying to shadow out the Filipino man.
Yes.
But
Fully
you know,
understand.
I'm just trying to let everyone know that transgender dating is normal, online dating is normal, and it's making the world more smaller.
Yeah,
but
for sure. Globalization. Yeah.
Globalization.
Yeah.
But creating a smaller world creates more connection.
Yes.
So that's the best part.
And yeah, I think you really hit one on the nail there. Like, it's just normalizing the whole dating scene. Like, Filipinos dating foreigners, foreigners dating Filipinos, like transgender women, men,
Exactly.
anything. I think the beauty of, as you said, globalization is we're all just, the world is smaller now because you can get to anywhere and it's a lot easier. And I think it's just normalizing everything because honestly, there's a lot of independent women who can really fend for themselves.
Exactly.
They even look after the foreigners. Sometimes I've
Sometimes.
come across quite a few people that have actually looked after.
Actually, a lot of inquiries
way.
from our female members because we cater it worldwide.
Wow.
So it's not just only for Filipino or Southeast Asian trans women, but there are actually a lot of Western trans women asking why they can't pay because they have to wait for the man to pay in order to get a message. So we're still working on it. Hang on to there, sisters. We're going to work on that.
Yes.
I heard you, all
loud and
my
clear. There
independent trans women sisters. We're gonna get there. So.
Hey, and I think that's the beauty of it. Exciting things for you guys.
Exactly.
A lot of things coming up. The app, a lot of changes that you guys
a
are
lot
upgrading.
of change, a lot of features.
Hey.
So.
Good change, right? Good change.
Yes, and probably good. A new name, no, not a new name, but a new image and a new logo. That's one thing that's coming next month, ladies and gentlemen.
Look out for that, honestly.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So there you go. Once again, Drew, thank you very much.
And honestly, thank you so much again, Maki, for being an awesome guest, sharing your story, and I'm looking forward to the next time that you're going to be here.
Please let me know.
Sure.
Hit me an email and I'll be here.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Maki. All right. Thank you. See ya.